Law and morality. Laws are formal rules created and enforced by the state to regulate behavior and maintain order within society. Whereas morality is a set of personal and societal beliefs about right and wrong that guide individual behavior without formal enforcement. Laws and morals. The functions of law are to maintain social order, protect rights, resolve disputes, and provide predictable standards of behavior. The functions of morals are to guide individual conscience, shape social values, and influence behavior through social approval or disapproval. Law and morality overlap as many laws reflect moral values held by society, such as prohibitions on harming others. There is an overlap between immoral and illegal acts as certain behaviors, such as theft or murder, are both morally wrong and prohibited by law. However, the difference between immoral and illegal acts is that some actions may be considered morally wrong without being legally prohibited, or illegal without being widely viewed as immoral. Legal theories. There are two main legal theories that underpin the law, which are legal positivism and natural law. The theory of legal positivism is that law derives its authority from formal sources such as Parliament, rather than from moral content. The theory of natural law is that law is based on inherent moral principles and that unjust laws lack true legal authority. Pluralism. A pluralist society is one where a range of different cultures, religions, values, and beliefs coexist within the same community. Pluralism is a key factor in shaping morality in society as different groups bring their own moral values, influencing what is considered right and wrong. For example, moral views on issues such as same-sex relationships or euthanasia can vary significantly between cultural or religious groups. Moral views are diverse in a pluralist society as individuals are influenced by different traditions, experiences, and belief systems. For example, attitudes towards abortion or drug use may differ widely depending on personal, cultural, or religious perspectives. The relationship between law and morals. The relationship between law and morals is that law is often influenced by moral values, but it does not always reflect the full range of moral beliefs held in society. This relationship is important as it helps ensure that laws are seen as legitimate and acceptable by the public. However, this may not be important as the law must remain clear, consistent, and enforceable even where moral views differ widely. An example of where morality and law have clashed in courts is Lee v. Asher's Baking Company Limited 1918, where religious beliefs conflicted with equality law over discrimination. Another example is DPP v. Ziegler 2021, where moral views on protest clashed with legal limits on public order and obstruction. Enforcement of morals. Moral values are enforced by law as the state translates widely accepted moral standards into legal rules that regulate behavior. This is done by Parliament passing legislation and courts applying and interpreting the law in specific cases. An example of moral values being enforced by law is DPP v. Ziegler 2021, where the Supreme Court balanced the moral importance of protest against the legal need to prevent obstruction of the highway. The Devlin-Hart debate. The Devlin-Hart debate is a legal debate about whether the law should enforce moral values or remain separate from morality. The main arguments in the Devlin-Hart debate are Devlin's view that law should enforce shared morality and Hart's view that law should protect individual freedom and less harm is caused to others. Devlin argues that society has the right to enforce common moral standards through law to preserve social cohesion, as shown in Lee v. Asher's Baking Company Limited 1918, where the court recognized the importance of protecting religious moral beliefs within the legal framework. Hart argues that the law should not enforce morality unless there is harm to others, as shown in DPP v. Ziegler 2021, where the court prioritized individual rights to protest over strict moral or public order objections. Evaluation of law and morality. The benefits of law and morality are that they promote social order, protect individual rights, and enhance the legitimacy of the legal system. Social order is a benefit as shared moral values reflected in law help regulate behavior and prevent harm, as shown in Patel v. Mirza 2016, where the Supreme Court relied on moral considerations to prevent enforcement of illegal contracts. Protection of individual rights is a benefit as moral principles guide the law to safeguard freedoms, as shown in DPP v. Ziegler 2021, where the court protected the moral importance of protest rights under the law. Legitimacy is a benefit as laws aligned with moral values are more likely to be respected and obeyed, as shown in Lee v. Asher's Baking Company Limited 2018, where the court balanced equality law with moral and religious beliefs. The drawbacks of law and morality are that they can conflict with pluralism, create legal uncertainty, and risk imposing majority morality on minorities. Conflict with pluralism is a drawback, as enforcing a single moral view through law can marginalize minority beliefs, as shown in Lee v. Asher's Baking Company Limited 2018, where competing moral values led to social and legal tension. Legal uncertainty is a drawback, as relying on moral judgment can make the law unpredictable, as shown in DPP v. Ziegler 2021, where differing views on morality and rights led to uncertainty over lawful protest. Imposing majority morality is a drawback, as it can undermine individual autonomy and minority rights, as shown in Re Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission Abortion Case 2018, where strict moral views embedded in law conflicted with personal rights. Thank you for watching this video on law and morality. I'll see you in the next one.